cucina, mia cucina in Italian means kitchen. And today I have some marvelous things to show you. This is going to be a dinner prep, so I'm going to prep it now and I'm going to cook it later. I'm going to be cooking these at 400 degrees for about 15-20 minutes. And wait till you see how easy peasy this whole thing is going to be. And I am also going to be talking about why I'm using this. I am going to be utilizing green, beautiful beans. I already have washed them. I'm going to be using a beautiful red pepper. I am going to be using a beautiful, no, bello. It's bello, it's beautiful, but it's bello, it's for like a boy, and bella is for girls. We are bella and the boys are bellos. So we have one red pepper, one green pepper, lots of onion, not onions, but garlic that I have here. I'm also going to utilize an entire onion that I have sliced in half and put them in different, because you know how I am with the onion. I cry a lot. It makes me cry a lot. And then we're going to be utilizing one small little tomato. We're going to be using some granulated oregano. So hard. Some olive oil. Some red pepper flakes. Some sale, salt, beautiful black pepper, yummy, yummy. And I have some marvelous, delicious Italian sausages. And these are organic Italian sausage. You don't have to buy organic if you don't want to, but organic is better for you because it's less toxins and we can keep ourselves healthy. Okay, so la prima cosa, the very first thing that we're going to do is to put on the fadale. This is going to be the most easiest prep you've ever seen. And you're going to be using this dish over and over and over again. Because you just prepare it now, and right now here where I am at, it's 12:53 and lunch is getting done. So what I want to do is I am going to put my green beans to the side, okay, and my vegetables to the side, because what I want to do first is that I want to start on my sausage. And so what we want to do is we want to cut, and what we're going to do is we're going to use a half a pepper for one dish and a half a pepper for another dish. And what you want to do is you want to get some of these guys, tins, small little tins. So we're going to be using two little tins. One is going to be the vegetables and the other one is going to be the meat. And so this is a wonderful meal. This meal actually was, when I first moved here, my neighbors from my old house, our friend's wife was so gracious and kind that she made this for me, because when you move and you don't have time to eat, she made this, and then it evolved over time. So but I have to give her, the thank yous for giving me this wonderful, easy recipe. So we're going to have a half of each, just put them on the sides, and then we're just going to, remember, we're just going to cut them in half. We're going to open them up like that. Take your little bucket, and then you're just going to come over here, and you're just going to come in here, and you're going to rip off the, all the seeds, and then they come right out. And these are organic peppers. So I'm going to probably dish out all the seeds and dry them out and then use them later for planting, because when you're using organic, and you get these wonderful seeds, you can save those seeds for later to plant them. So I'm going to do a a pepper, a red pepper and a green pepper on one side, and I hope you guys can see my board, and the same goes in here with this. Okay, let me grab something to clean my hands with. All right, so then the next thing I want to do is I'm going to be using, quite a bit of garlic. So I'm going to be using 4 large cloves of garlic. So what you want to do is, I'm trying to organize. Because once we get all this stuff cut up, it's just going to go boom, 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 boom. Gotta laugh at ourselves, gotta have fun, guys. I know this has just been very interesting. Everything, you know, having to get with all of that's going on in the world. I know a lot of you are having a lot of hard times, and this meal, it's really an inexpensive meal. And sometimes, you know, you can buy some peppers for very low cost. So this will be a low cost meal. And also, you know, you can get kids involved into this too. So you can get them to help you. And when kids help you, they tend to want to eat what they're helping you with, because then they feel part of it. So I'm going to put 4 cloves of garlic on one side, okay? And then on the other side, I'm going to be using 2 cloves of garlic. So 4 cloves of garlic on one side, 2 cloves of garlic on the other side. Let me turn the light on. I thought I had all my lights on today. Obviously not. It's about ready to rain. It rains all the time. This is, oh. Well, guess what? I have another one. I'll come back and get that. The good thing is my dog. Oh, there goes the other one. I can't seem to get it together today. There goes 2. I better. Okay, let me make sure that this one is just not going to be like that. My goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. And you know what? There used to be times that I used to not laugh about stuff like this, and I would just get so upset. And you know, and now I find out, you know, that, you know, why spend so much time on being upset about stuff that it doesn't really matter. You know, so what if the garlic flew across the room and it hit the door and it bounced back? You guys did not see that. So what? You know, that's, you know, you gotta, you know, don't sweat the little things, okay? Don't sweat the little things. So I have two garlics over here. I have a red pepper, half of red and green, the Italian flag, you know, and we like it the red, and we like it the green, and we like it the white, and we shake it. Okay, and then we also have the onion. Okay, so now, what I want to do is I want to remove my white from, and what the best thing to do is to cut this in half again. So I'm just going to work in with one side. The side that I'm working with has got the 4 cloves of garlic. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some of the benefits of why we're using this. And as I stated before, I used to teach, even though I am not a chef, I am not a professional, you know. I just write everything down that works for me and what has worked for my husband, because now my husband is off his medications. No more blood pressure medication, no more diabetes medication. Okay, so the green beans. Let me tell you something about green beans, because we're going to be utilizing them. Green beans, did you know that green beans may reduce heart disease? And green beans manages diabetes. So, you know, when, and we still eat green beans, even though, you know, my husband is off his medication of diabetes, we still eat green beans because it manages diabetes. It's full of dietary fiber. It's loaded with vitamin C and vitamin A, iron, essentials in maintaining red blood cell counts, protects your heart. Green beans protects your heart, is rich on antioxidants, and we need those right now, and calcium. Yes, I have pretty much removed all the whites over here, as I am trying not to cut my fingers off, as I'm reading you all these other things. And so now what I want to talk to you about is, you know, garlic. You know, I always talk about how garlic is such a wonderful, you know, full of antioxidants. And actually garlic is very good for digestion. Who would have known that garlic is very good for digestion? It's very good because it strengthens your immune system. So while you know, the green beans, it's full of dietary fiber and it's working with your gut, so is garlic, and it regulates blood sugar. So now we're going to take this thing right here, very simple, easy, and then I'll continue to tell you what else it does. All right, so to this, what I want to do is I'm probably going to do about 1 or 2 tablespoons of olive oil, because you know we want to make sure that this is nice and coated. Okay, make sure that this is nice and coated, and because what's going to go in here is going to be just a deliciousness. Okay, so what I'm doing, I have coated this, but I see that I'm probably going to need a little bit more, and I'm probably going to just eye it. You know, every time I measure, it just throws me off. I don't know why, because I've never measured, but I try to measure for you guys. So you're looking at a good 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon and a half. And you're just going to take your peppers that you just did like that in here. Okay, just as simple, as easy as that. You're going to take your garlic and using your little hands, you're going to play with food. It's like Play-Doh. So what you want to do is you don't really want to cut them. What you want to do is you just want to tear them up. Just tear them up. Very easy transaction. Very deliciously for you. And peppers, read about peppers. I didn't want to get into too much about the peppers, but the peppers are wonderful for you, okay? So now to this peppers and the garlic, I am going to do a half a sliced onion that's already in there like that. I'm going to move this out of the way. And the onions are already doing this thing for me. And you know, onions are wonderful for you as well. Now to this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a pinch of salt. Just like so, pinch of salt, just like so. Very simple transaction. And the thing is everything is going to be baked in the oven, like I said, at 400 degrees for about 15-20 minutes. I have a hot oven, so kind of check to make sure. And then what I'm going to do to this is I'm just going to add the black pepper. Very easy, so easy, so easy. So right now we have the onion, the half an onion in here, half a red pepper, half a green pepper, and garlic. It's my husband and I, just the two of us. So obviously if you have a larger family, you're going to be doing this a little larger, you know, and making it more. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, because, you know, even though I play with food, I'm just going to use, you know, just a regular tablespoon like so. And I'm just going to mix these guys together. So simple. Oh my God, this is so hard, right? This is the most easiest, simplest dish. And for those moms, you know, everybody's working from home. We're all working from home. And, you know, this is, you make it in the morning and then you're ready to rock and roll the next, you know, in the evening. So now we have this deliciousness in here. So now this is the hardest part of everything. You ready? You ready? Oh, then you're going to take these wonderful little guys. And I am using tongs, and I have 4 of these guys, and I'm just going to lay them right on top of that. Just like, you know, just like so. Just like so. I'm using 4 because it's just the 2 of us. We may eat we may eat 2, we may eat 1, but if we eat 1, we have another one for tomorrow. I gotta think ahead. La tiki-tiki-tiki still work. La tiki-tiki. Okay, so now that takes care of that. All right, so now that I have this deliciousness, you see how simple and easy that is. What I want to do is I want to take a little bit of my olive oil. Even though these are sausages, I still just want to put just a little bit on the top, like so. Just like so. You see, just like so. All right, and then what you want to do is, you know, you're going to take a piece of foil, you're going to wrap it up, you're going to put it in the refrigerator. When you are ready to cook, you're going to turn your oven at 400. You're going to take them out of the refrigerator to get them at room temperature. And guess what? Both of these are going to go in there. I don't like to put them all in one pan because they all have different personalities and flavors. Although we're going to be utilizing pretty much the peppers and the garlic because you're using that. And it doesn't, and it's not a lot that you're using. Okay, so this is done. All right, so now we're going to go for the next one, okay? So now you get an empty one like this. All right, so what I'm going to do to this, again, I'm going to add a good tablespoon. So if you were to measure a good tablespoon, just make sure it covers. Okay, make sure it covers so nothing gets stuck. Okay, so nothing will get stuck all the way around. All right, so now that is done, we got that on the side. All right, so now we are done with these guys because, you know, I'm not going to be picking up any more of the meat, no? And then what we're going to do to this, again, you know, we're going to cut this in half again. We are going to remove the white because we don't need the white. So the garlic, garlic also lowers blood sugar. Yes, it lowers blood sugar. And the thing is I cook a lot with a lot of garlic. And I think that really helped my husband lowering his blood sugar because, being a diabetic. But now he's no longer a diabetic. Yay! Saving a lot of money on medication. Oh, let's see. Okay, so now we got the green one here. Okay, not only does it lowers blood sugar, it releases toxins from the liver. Garlic. Yes, it releases toxins from the liver, garlic does. So, that is really, really good to know because, I didn't even know that. I've forgotten, because, it's been a while since I taught this class. Again, this is all going to be sliced. Okay. So right now I'm just going to slice these guys. All right, just going to slice these guys. All right, so then what I want to do is I'm going to cut them. I'm going to put them all like so, like in a row like that. Can you guys see that? And then I'm going to cut them in half like that. Okay, I hope that you guys are being able to see my board. And then I'm just going to drop them in here. See, very simple transaction, dropping them in there like that. Then I'm going to take the garlic and I'm going to do the same thing to the garlic. Your fingers are going to smell like garlic, and to me garlic, oh, it's a beautiful smell. I love a lot of garlic. All right, so now let's continue what it does. It prevents and stops hair loss. Who would have known the garlic prevents and stops hair loss? And on top of that, it prevents and cures acne. Prevents and cures acne. So those are just a few of, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to cut one tomato. Okay, I'm just going to take the little piece, the end of the piece. So I am cutting it, and what I'm doing is, and I'm just making it in quarters, and then I'm going to cut them again. In quarters, and then cut them again. And then in quarters, and cut them again. In quarters, and cut them again. And then I am just going to put them all into one of these guys. I'm telling you, this is a nice, inexpensive meal, and it's full of vitamins, full of wonderful things. The garlic is going to regulate your blood, and the green beans is going to protect your heart. And now that you know this, maybe you'll eat more green beans, eh? See, maybe not, but I'm going to continue to we have green beans at least once a week. And I buy organic. Because I don't want any pesticides in my body. To this, it's going to go another onion. Woof! Let me get rid of the one onion. And red onions, I have talked about red onions before, and they're delicious. Okay, now to this, what I want to do is I want to take a good tablespoon, a good heaping tablespoon, and you don't have to, but I am, because I love oregano, and I'm just going to put, make sure you put it between your hands and just rub it so you are opening all of the wonderful aromas and all the wonderful things that dry oregano has. Okay, so now that we have this, okay, so now to this we are going to take the spezzi. I always tell you the spezzi, the red pepper flakes, and you're just going to do a couple of shakes. Just a couple of shakes. So easy, so simple. I'm telling you, we're almost done. We are almost done, guys. And then we're going to take a little bit of salad because, we want to have our vegetables. Maybe a little bit more, and then the black pepper. And then we're going to take our beautiful green onions, and I have them all like this. Okay, then I'm going to take my green onions. I'm probably not going to use all of these green onions, so what I like to do is I like to put them in my hands like so. And then I just twist it, okay? Because, it's a little thing. So what you're going to do again, put them in your hands, make it easy. Don't have to sit there and chop every single one of them. Twist it, put them in there like that. And I'm going to do a good 3 handfuls. Because it's just my husband and I. Whatever's left over, we always eat the next day. Or like a late thing. Okay, so now let me just add a few more. Maybe a few more. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, since I have both of these, I'm just going to start mixing these guys together. Like so. Oh man, it's such a pretty dish. And it smells wonderful, wonderful. All right, I don't use a lot of salt for the sodium. But if you want to put a little bit more salt, you may want to. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I usually don't use a lot of salt, but I can eye it and I can see that it needs a little bit because I just use very little pinches. Because, you know, green beans, they need that little salt. I mean, not a lot of salt. You know, I'm not talking about 2, 3, 4 tablespoons. I'm taking maybe a couple of teaspoons. Okay, so now that this has been mixed, I'm going to show it to you. All right. Look at that. Look what we made. Look what we made, guys. Look how simple and easy this was. I think that this has been one of my easiest recipes, that it doesn't really have a lot. And, you know, just a few ingredients. You know, green onions, you know, tomatoes, beautiful organic onions, like I said, my beautiful organic tomato, my beautiful green bean, the garlic, you know, the black pepper, the sale, the olive oil, oh mamma mia che bellezza, and the oregano. And then over here, you know, we use the same thing, you know, practically, not exactly, but this is going to be the vegetables. And this is going to be our beautiful meat that we have with the sausage. And we have these beautiful peppers. And this pretty much is it. So in less than a half an hour, you got all of this. Now, make sure you cover these guys up. You put them in the refrigerator and take them out while your oven is preheating at 400 degrees. And I would leave them covered with the foil. Okay, Benny, that pretty much sums up everything. It was that easy. I want to thank you so much for joining me on my beautiful cucina. I bring you healthy, delicious meals, and I'll tell you what you're eating to help you to stay healthy. Thank you so much, Belly. Take care of yourself. Wear your mask. Do your part. Yes, we need to do that. I love you. Have a beautiful weekend. I love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Ciao, ciao, bellies. Ciao, ciao, bellies. Enjoy this beautiful, easy, inexpensive meal. Okay? Ciao, belly. Ciao, ciao. Che bellezza che la vita. Tutti quanti se la sa.